Welcome back to another episode of Talking Tarkov. I'm the EarLegAthlete here with,
Hey, Dizzle.
and today we've got a brand new Nikileak, some good news for CPU-bound gamers on Tarkov, as well as some new seasonal character information. Let's go ahead and get right to it. So before we get started going into the Tarkov stuff, I found this, and I just want you guys to see and hear this really quickly.
This is for the juggalos and juggalettes. Do not try this at home, and I hope you like it. Whoop, whoop. Let's see.
All right, let's get it started. If you're a juggalo or juggalette, that goes out to you. So the first thing I want to talk about, sorry, I found that while I was scrolling. I was like, this is so stupid. I love it.
It's
I love that
great.
guy.
It
He's always
is
like fucking himself up, jumping on shit, like jumping into microwaves and barbed wire and just like stupid stuff, dude. He cracks me up, and he has that same intro every time. So I just love that guy.
He's down with the clown. He's down for life.
Dog, he's down for life. Yeah. But the first thing I want to go over, and this is probably the more exciting thing, especially for a lot of you gamers out there that have, rigs that aren't quite up to par for what Tarkov, ideally would want. Nikita posted on the 23rd, so early this morning, got some pretty good performance results on CPU-bound configurations, planning this update on this weekend. So very soon, we are going to have, hopefully, a good performance fix that lets lower end CPUs run Tarkov without so many issues. So as a Sherpa, one of the things I run into a lot is I've had probably 4 sessions where all I've done is try to help troubleshoot gamers' bad PCs to a point that they're able to play Tarkov. And it's like you're just under on a few things. Like your CPU is just lacking. Like it's just not quite enough. You don't have quite enough RAM. You don't have enough speeds. You don't have this. You don't have that. It's like all these things that pop up, and they're like, man, I can play anything but Tarkov. I'm like, yeah, your GPU's fine, but Tarkov doesn't care about your GPU. Tarkov cares about your CPU, and your CPU sucks.
That's the thing is Tarkov. Everybody in Tarkov CPU bound. Everybody. Yeah, it's going to do 2 things. It's going to make, like you said, those guys who can't play the game, maybe they can finally play the game. And us people who get shitty frames, maybe we'll finally get good frames. Like,
imagine going to Streets or that other highly congested map,
Ground Zero,
and not getting like crazy frame drops and bad frames throughout the entire thing.
That's always been Tarkov's issue, and that's why it's like you could basically have a 4080, and if you had like a 2 or 3 year old CPU that wasn't top of the line, your frames would suck. But now, I mean, we've always known that there's some issue in the coding. Like, yes, Unity is an older like build of Unity, and it's like older tech and all that. So like they're working with less as far as that goes, but it still was always worse than it should have been, and everyone's known that. Now, I don't expect a miracle. I don't think everyone's going to all of a sudden have 200 FPS.
Right.
But if they could give everybody 10 to 15 more frames like consistently, that's major.
Absolutely. And then even on the side of just getting it to where some of these lesser CPUs are able to run the game at all, so that would be huge. So keep your eyes and ears out for that one. As soon as that happens, I'm sure we'll make an update about it and let you guys know what's going on. So we'll see exactly what they end up doing this weekend. Looking forward to that. The next thing going on in the world of Tarkov right now is the Steam Spring Sale, is what I was going to say. Steam Spring Sale. I think it's a 10% discount applied to the PvE zone and the clothing sets as well, but for base game standard edition is a 25% discount. And then while upgrading to Left Behind and prepare for Escape, it's an additional 15% off. So pretty good total discount coming in right there. If you got a friend that you've been wanting to get into Tarkov, now's a good time to pick up a base account for them, let them check it out, and then if they want to upgrade.
I would recommend to never buy it on Steam.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It's a hassle.
Personally, yeah.
It's a hassle.
It's easier just go to EscapeFromTarkov.com.
Yeah, it makes a fake launcher that integrates through Steam, and then if you ever buy something outside of Steam, you can't integrate them. Yeah, it's very, very badly done at the moment.
Yeah.
Just buy it on Tarkov's website. Just buy it through the main launcher.
EscapeFromTarkov.com.
Yeah. Now, hopefully they can fix that, but it's just...
I would imagine so. It sounds like just bad port.
Yeah, I've seen too many horror stories at the moment.
Yeah. But yeah, so, take advantage of this if you do have people that want to play, or you have a friend you've been trying to get into it. Now's the time to get a key for cheap, so that's pretty good. Moving on to a little bit of arena stuff, though, we have season 2, like right around the corner, getting ready to start, and we got shown the tactical map for the season 2 stuff. If you don't recognize the map right away, that's okay. This is factory. Here's the center area. Here's gate 4, med 10 area. You know,
chilling there.
Gate 1, gate 0, gate 3, gate 5. Tagila. I wonder if Tagila is like one of the options we click on. It doesn't look like it. I'm assuming not, right? Probably not.
Yeah, I think it's
I
just there
imagine
for
it's just
looks.
the orange characters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Which this looks dumbed down. This looks way less than what we had in season 1.
Yeah, I would say it probably is.
It split it off. It split itself off for USEC and Bear.
Yeah,
a
lot of people had complaint about it, so
about
it might have
season
changed
1.
things up. Yeah,
really,
well, just a lot of people that probably didn't even play it. Just when they looked at it, they were like, "Well, why you got it this complicated? Why?
Right? Why is there
why
so
do I
much
gotta
stuff?
pick?
Why do I have to play?
Yeah,
so
why do I
much?
gotta use a specific gun to get points to do this?" It's like maybe they just dumbed it down a little bit.
I hope not. I unfortunately, it kind of looks like it, and maybe this is just like, hey, throw a couple of the pieces on there and put the picture out, because there's still a lot of empty space, and they usually have like each section of the map. Like I would imagine someone's in offices. I would imagine someone's sitting over at the like one of the gates or something. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe this is just like, hey, throw some stuff on. This is just for a quick peek at it. You know,
give people a sneak peek and let them see what we got. You know, this might be far from finished.
Or this is the finished product, and within those character slots within each one of these pieces is way more options or way more levels to go through. You know what I mean? Like instead of it being 4 or 5 per character,
right? That could be true
per doll. Maybe there's like 10 or 12 in each doll. So we'll see. We'll see what they actually
end up being. Exactly
as large, if not larger. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it looks cool. It's interesting. It doesn't really give us any spoilers towards what's going on in season 2 either, which is kind of cool. We're still completely questioning everything that's happening. I am wondering, and I am kind of hoping, now this is all based off of just context clues, are we going to see a new melee weapon introduced like Tagila's hammer?
I mean, we see it sitting there.
It is sitting there, and we also have heard, potential options of play style or game modes of like, I don't think any BSG employees have said this, but community has tossed this around, and like I know for a fact people have been like, "Oh, that's interesting." A team of Tagila sides and a team of Tagila's hammer, and just melee it out, or like gun game and Tagila's hammer being the main finish for the melee weapon. Like I've seen a lot of different conversations about things we could do with different melees inside of arena.
There was a one of the developers did come out and basically he showed how they put stats to all those weapons. Like if you go click on any of the melee weapons that you can't pick up, like off Tagila or off like any of the modified Tagilas, they all have weapon stats. They all have weight. So yes, they are in-game usable. They just hadn't made it that way yet. And that dev pretty much said that they are going to be usable someday.
Right. It's just
that's why they had to put. Yeah, that's why they had to put real world stats to all of them and everything.
Like how cool would it be to be running through arena and smacking people with Tagila's hammer? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that would be hilarious.
I assume it's going to happen. I assume it's eventually going to happen. And
kind
the big one
like
was the big one was, I can't remember if it's what is it Tagila who uses the scythe?
The vengeful Tagila or whatever. Or
yeah. Because that was the one he was
Tagila.
talking about.
Yeah.
That was what he was talking about. He was saying that basically like he had to account for the weight of it and how much like HP it would take per slice and stuff like that. And I just was thinking, man, if people ever get like a player ever gets a hold of that, it's going to be obviously like very slow and very like hard to use. But imagine like someone
think about like corner camping somebody sitting in the hallway waiting on a marked room. As soon as somebody goes to unlock a door, you just run up and just take this exaggerated swing through them. That would be great. I think that would be awesome. And in arena, it has a lot of options too. Like you could do a lot of stuff with it there as well. So it's on the board. I think it's a viable option to look at. In base game, like how much fun would it be to be able to run around with Tagila's axe on your back? Or well, Tagila he didn't have a scythe. He had he has a big battle axe in Labyrinth. Where does he get? Where does the scythe come from? The Halloween event.
I think that was the Halloween Tagila. Or maybe the Halloween. Yeah, it was.
It's Halloween
But
Tequila, I'm pretty sure.
I know that dev, he basically confirmed it, and that's been like a year or so ago. And
Right.
he was like, he got on Twitter. He's like, yeah, I'm the guy working on it. And Nikita made us like apply real game stats, so that means players will eventually have it in their hands. Is basically what he said.
Yeah, that's sick. Even if it's just limited time for an event or something, I think that would be so much fun.
Right.
It's
Well,
just
and
something
it's
we
like,
look at every raid that you kill these guys. You run Labyrinth or Factory, you kill Tequila, and you see it.
Well-
There's the axe, there's the sledgehammer, you know, and it's like, oh, I can't have those things. I want them. They added the sledgehammer in
just-
game, but it's a usable item for your hideout, not usable in raid.
Yeah.
So it's like,
it just goes against Tarkov. Like Tarkov is
It
the
does,
type of
yeah.
game you're supposed to be able to kill someone and take anything you want off their body. And now you have these, few items on bosses. It's like you can't have these, but you can see them, you can look at them, you can examine them.
they're
They
clearly
can use
there.
them on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like it's always been one of those things. It's like it definitely doesn't make sense because everything else is usable in Tarkov's world. So why aren't these? So I foresee that changing soon.
Sorry about that.
Better be.
But yeah, I think it would be cool to have it happen. I think it would be fun to see it show up. Season 2 should be starting soon too for Arena. I don't remember exactly how long. I think it's within a couple weeks away, if I remember correctly. I know we're getting very close because they started the experience rush or whatever you want to call it, to get everybody's battle pass done and to get everybody just like good XP and everything. They increase the multiple modifiers on all that.
Well, if you think about it, this is what I think is going to happen. I think, last time that they started the battle pass, it was right before wipe.
Right.
Because remember, that
before.
was a little bit off. Everyone's like, wonder why they didn't wait for wipe to do the battle pass, do it all at once. But it was like a little bit early. The battle pass got started on Arena, and then the actual wipe happened on Tarkov. So
Yeah.
with the big event, the Icebreaker, and probably a big update getting ready to drop on Tarkov, I could see this dropping like a couple weeks before that, just like they did before. And just,
Right.
it's like for whatever reason, they like to separate them a little bit. And I think it's that way, everything's not happening all at once. That way you got time
Right.
to
You're
play
not
both.
overwhelming players. You give them time to do
Right.
things. And yeah, for
If
sure.
you want to go spend a week on Arena, you have time to do that and not miss out on Tarkov, and
Right.
vice versa. So I
But that
think that's
does
probably what they'll do.
kind of throw me off a bit. We know the Icebreaker event should be coming anytime now. Like it's
Mhm.
right around the corner. We know the seasonal characters, which we're getting ready to talk about, is coming up right around the corner. We also know Arena Season 2 is right around the corner. How do you think they're going to implement everything and still have it flow reasonably smooth? Like if they introduce Icebreaker before the seasonal characters, then is the event going to proceed through seasonal to where the seasonal characters get to check it out too, or is this only going to be something that you can do on main account and then go to your seasonal character and have to level it up to even get over to the Icebreaker? Like, how do you think they're going to implement it? Do you think Icebreaker will come out after season 2 or seasonal characters are introduced?
I think it's all coming at the same time. I think it's all coming with the big summer update. I think it's still a couple months away, but I think it's all coming with the big summer update. The way they've kind of hinted at it and said things, I think.
So
that's
you think
what's gonna
that the
happen.
seasonal characters starting fresh are going to have the event to chew on?
I think so because he described it as that. He's basically said the seasonal characters are always going to have things going on. They're always going to have like basically
Well, let's
like
take a look at what he said
season-tied
exactly, right?
events. Yeah.
At least in regards of how they're going to do this. So he says exactly, it will be separate realms for those who want to experience all of the wipe related stuff, starting from scratch with everybody, progress through it. Seasons will have unique modifiers like no flee or open flee or friendly scavs or scav war, etc. Lore-based seasons, unique seasonal quests, and so on. Also, your seasonal character will have RPG style perks and debuff selection before you go in the season. You can make it really hardcore for you personally with some good bonuses. This is only the part of the seasonal characters feature. Oh my god, why can't I read today? This is only the part of seasonal character feature. We want to make it interesting. More info will come later. This is only the part of seasonal character feature. This is only a seasonal character feature. I don't know why that's written so weird. It's not me reading. It's the sentence. I swear.
It's the translation.
So what they're saying is they're splitting the player base, dude. Like, why are we splitting PvP in half again? Like, that's gonna ruin. Like, well, what if you want to play your non-seasonal character? Sure,
It's
you
like-
get the majority of the player base. So, well, now I'm gonna go play seasonal, and you're just in dead servers. What?
You're splitting PvE too. It's like fuck.
It's
now
crazy.
PvE players aren't going to have other players to play.
I've
with.
already
wait.
had dead raids every single raid because of the PvE split. Now they're splitting PvP. No, we are clearly being sarcastic.
Yeah,
For
no,
anyone
I
that
understand.
couldn't catch on to that.
Yeah, I understand. A lot of people believe that. A lot of people really think that. A lot of
It seems that
smart,
way.
intelligent, like wise people somehow like believe that that's the issue, and I understand why. Because Tarkov seems dead sometimes. It really does.
Yeah, sure.
But
You get
when
dead
you,
raids.
when you
get,
look at the numbers, Tarkov is one of the most populated games in the world. You should never, considering a raid has like what, usually around 8 other PMCs.
8 to 12
you should
PMCs. Yeah.
never have an issue not being able to find a raid due to player base. And I don't think that's ever been an issue. The whole issue has been netcode, like getting everybody onto the same server from the same area, matching them, getting all that done has always been the issue.
Getting
And
two
that's
guys on
something they've
hard
improved.
drive still to load quickly with you.
Yeah.
Of course, things are going to get split a little bit when you're running those raids. Hey, and sometimes you have raids where you just don't run into people, even though they're there. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Well, and I thought about this too. The reason people thought, or the reason I think, this is my suspicion, the reason people think that PvE caused such a big dip in the amount of players is probably because it changed the players you're playing. Because a lot of the PvE type players were probably easy targets in PvP, and that's probably why they switched.
well, we all saw
at least a good section of them. You know, what I mean, not all of them, but a good
chunk
selection. Yeah, probably
we all
hated
saw
playing
the
PvP. They probably got
Aqua
their ass
FPS
kicked
video.
every raid. Yeah, so it's like when they switched, now you're getting matched against more competent people who might just be better about roaming the map to where you're not catching them in these weird places. They might just be sneakier to where you just have no idea they're there. Like, it's putting you up against a different kind of player. And I see how that could make it look like, you know what I mean, less players. But in reality, it's like, no, people just know how to move better. You know what I mean? You don't have these same people just
You
shooting
don't have
random
6
scavs out the
Timmies
middle of
every raid.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not just shooting scavs in the middle, of the map, like standing there looting them. And you're like, oh, I'm not seeing this same amount of players now. Well, that's because the players you are seeing seem to be a little better versed.
Right.
That's
They've
my
got
theory,
some time in the
anyway.
game. They're more focused on the PvP side of things, at least on PvP Tarkov side of things, not just like
you're not seeing
they understand how the rotations work. They understand how everything flows. Yeah, exactly. And I have a hard time thinking. I think if anything, when it comes to splitting the player base, I think the non-seasonal characters would be the ones affected most, right? Like, if anybody's going to see it, because I've seen a lot of arguments like, oh, what's the point in seasonal if I'm going to switch to the seasonal character and it's just going to be dead servers? It's like, seasonal is not going to be the one that would be struggling in my eyes. I think
either one's gonna be
90% of the
hurt.
player base is going to go to seasonal. If anything, I feel like that would be the non-seasonal characters that are having a little bit harder time with, especially with the split. But at the same time, I don't know if that's true, because like with PvE, right, you have that same situation where it was like, okay, you don't have to wipe your accounts. You want to keep your stuff. That's fine. Do it.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be able to progress through this, and this, right? And what happened? A small amount of players were like, oh, I'm never wiping my PvE account. I'd rather buy a new account, blah, blah, blah. And the majority were just like, yeah, cool, roll with the punches, right? So I think my plan, at least, is continue on my non-seasonal character, trying to, work towards prestige and do all those, Kappa, prestige, finish the story, do all that, and progress the seasonal character for just pure enjoyment, right? I may try to go for Kappa. I may even try to go for prestige. You know what I mean? But I'm more focused on like hitting all these modifiers, seeing how like hardcore I can make the run for myself, and just like seeing what I can get into and what kind of fun I can have with it. It also just seems like a really good opportunity to just work on PvP stuff, just like fighting and things. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm playing both.
Yeah, I think it's going to be almost like a freedom for a lot of people. It's going to give you the ability to not care as much because you have two.
Yeah.
Because people people have always wanted like dual accounts or triple accounts. Like they've always wanted that. And it's like before you had to buy a whole new account,
Have
make a
2
whole
separate
new
logins, yeah.
yeah, a whole new login, and then if you do want to switch accounts, you got to completely quit the game, log out of that character, and you go to the launcher, log back in. It's like it just was a hassle. And the fact that now we can have 2 characters within the main game, I think it's going to give players the freedom to just play a different style and to try different things. Um, it's like now you have that backup to where it's like if I want to like stats max on one character, I can, and if I want to just fuck around on another one, I can. And it's just I think it's going to open up like just a new fresh like fresh air for people. Like it's almost like a whole new game for some people.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it
I really believe that.
no, I agree. I think so. Yeah. I think that, like with most things in Tarkov, once the community starts to hear the first idea of what could be coming or what is happening or whatever you want to call it, the first reaction is always that knee-jerk reaction of, oh, it's fucked, everything's ruined, you
Yeah,
screwed up again. You know what I
absolutely.
mean? And I think that once this gets implemented, I don't think that conversation's even going to be had. Just like any other time we've had these, divisive topics come up. It's like, sure, it's divisive in this moment, in
Yeah.
a week, 2 weeks, a month, whenever this gets introduced, everybody's gonna be like, oh, this is sick, it's perfect, I love it, what is this? I'm sure you'll still get complaints. People are gonna bitch because that's what they do.
Well,
But
and it's understandable because I've seen a lot of legit complaints where people are like, I feel like it's taken me months to complete one task because I'm not seeing anyone in raid. Like I get that. That is a real, a real thing that happens, especially if you're a streamer and it's like people are watching you, wanting to watch you like do things, and it's taking you forever because you just can't find players. Like that's going to be frustrating. But
yeah,
the main thing is you look at Tarkov numbers and it's just like the player base obviously just isn't the problem. Even if you split the player base again, like
it's
I
still not
don't
the
think that
issue.
would be an
Yeah,
issue. Yeah.
yeah,
If you
I
split
don't think so
Tarkov
either.
3 more times, you're going to be sitting at like averages of what like Call of Duty's at. Like
Right.
and
A few
that's
thousand
fine.
per
Like
server side. Yeah.
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
fine. Like
That's still so many people
so
to deal with and fight through and have to play over and over again. Like, you're
exactly.
not going to run into the same people even
Well,
still.
and the
Unless,
biggest
again, you're
reason
doing very
why
specific things. Labs, Labyrinth. Of
yeah,
course, you run into the same people there. There's only a few people running those.
right. And the server, it's only going to be opening every now and then. It's not like a normal map. You're talking about going into a map and then going into another door and then so obviously
Right.
that
There's a lot to
lowers
it.
the
Yeah.
yeah. But it's like the fact that you can still get a game shows you that there's always at least somebody probably doing the same exact thing you're doing. And when you think about just how big of a game Tarkov is, the fact that there are people just that are doing the same thing as you, it lets you know there's a pretty big player count.
Yep.
And Tarkov
Yep.
also got an award for the most bought game of 2026. Like Tarkov was the
25,
best
right?
selling PC game. I think it was, or yeah, 25.
25, yeah.
Or no, it was
Was it
26,
26?
right?
Either way,
Or
very
I'm sorry.
recently, Tarkov is the most
You're,
purchased game of the year.
yeah, you're right. It was 25. My brain's not working, but yeah, of 25. Um, but
I
just
mean, hell,
shows
they
you that
could
Tarkov's
still
already
be in
been
the
out.
running for most purchased game of 2026 right now, too. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So,
I'm sure they will. But the main thing, like that, it's like I understand concerns, but with all that said, there's also another thing that is going to help with all this, and that is they've been cleaning up the coding.
oh,
Like
yeah.
the coding is getting improved like every update more than it ever has in Tarkov's lifetime. So
Yeah.
it's like that's also going to speed up these times where it's like you don't have players or you're having to take a long time to load into a raid. All that stuff is getting fixed. So it's like I just don't think player base is going to be something that we have to worry about for a long, long time.
On top of that, with the CPU bound configurations
Yeah,
getting a nice
just the
little bump
coding
as
in
well,
general.
you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
they already said they're
all the
rewriting the
coding in it.
code and like doing all this stuff. Yeah, like it's insane the amount of progress they've made already. And I don't think they get enough love for that either because like they really have made quite a bit of improvement just in the last few months. So
Right.
I'm excited and I'm more than happy to just wait and see where this all runs into. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna have an issue with split player base or anything like that. Um,
But one more thing on the seasons, at least what I think, like that I've heard Nikita say in the past, is that when the seasonal characters do start, they're going to be paired with like game matching events that are themed along with the battle passes and all that.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think Icebreaker is going to be the first one, and we're going to get, like Icebreaker themed battle pass, like probably not on the main game, but probably on
Arena
Arena.
side. Yeah.
But eventually it will make it over to the main game. Like they said, that's eventually supposed to come.
That is the plan.
So it's like, so it's like eventually once seasonal characters are like a normal thing, we're going to start getting big seasonal events that match up with the seasonal character progression. And that's how the game is going to be played. It's like,
I mean,
every event is going to be a season.
Think about the smuggler event, right? Last year or so when we got it, it was very bare bone. It didn't really have any story advancement to it. But then with this introduction of it, we already had new character introduced, right? This Edward guy. We got a little bit of lore about him. Peacekeeper was telling us like, oh, he's trying to take over my territory, this, that, and the other. He's coming from outside, trying to work in. He's doing this, and this. So like, scale that up by 10 each season. And then add, matching rewards and this, that, and the other for it, whether it's like, oh, we get the blue smuggler jacket as a reward and this, that, and the other. Like, they can do so much within that. I think that they've got something cooked up pretty solid. And I'm excited to see it. I am excited to see it. The other thing I want to bring up that's happening in Tarkov right now is the all maps that support the airdrop feature now have drops for free. You don't have to call them in. They call you. Apparently, drops have now the regular stuff inside of them again, not just the smuggler cases. And by regular stuff, they mean the potential chance of hitting a fuck ton of Vaseline. So,
yeah.
I mean, that could, make you a mil or two right there, I'd imagine. I don't really mess with Vaseline. I don't run it, but I know it sells decent. And with that many slots full,
and that's a ton of them.
Fill your backpack up and get it running. 100% airdrops. They call it a mini event. And somebody said like, oh, I'll do a boss event, this, that, or the other. And he's like, sorry, we can't do that quickly. We are prepping the new event right now. Plus, right now, 100% airdrops are active. So again, they're kind of all hands on deck, getting everything prepped. Imagine for the season release stuff. I think that's, like you said, that's probably when it's all going to be introduced. But get in there and score yourself some loot, some gear, some stuff. Yeah, I think we're like 2 weeks to 2 months from this event. You know what I mean? From this whole situation.
Well, it's like if they really go by summer, yeah, it'd definitely be a couple months. But if they, are just, calling it summer, but really it's like middle of spring, then yeah, it could just be a couple weeks. So
right,
sometime soon,
yeah, definitely coming soon. Oh, hey, one thing I do want to bring up that is not related to Tarkov. Well, it is related to Tarkov Arena. Our awesome editor, Grundle Glumps, or Middle, as a lot of you guys might know him, and then two other guys from the Discord, Tanner, who is another Sherpa, and then our buddy Smudgy McLemmons. We all got to run a Checkpoint Arena tournament for the SOG Discord. If you don't know about SOG, go check them out. They kind of do like Sherpa Hub does. They're like a sister Discord server of Sherpa Hub. They have ticket systems. They have people that mentor and people that help you, and they have Sherpas and everything else. I'm in there to offer help and everything. But so they hosted a Checkpoint tournament, and apparently they do these pretty regularly. So if you're interested in competitive play for Arena, whether it's Checkpoint, Blast Gang, 2v2 when that comes back out, whatever it may be. Anyways, we got fourth place out of only 8 teams, so we're only better than half the group.
Yeah.
But we had some really good games. We had game 1. We lost our first round, just trying to kind of fill out the other team, see how they played. Their map pick was Bowl. That was the map we were just like, ban Bowl. We don't want it. We don't want it.
I know you hate Bowl. I hate Bowl.
We didn't quite like for Blast Gang. I love Bowl, but for Checkpoint Teamfight, I hate the map. It's just awful. Good. Yeah, so we wanted to ban Bowl. We didn't quite understand how the bans worked. If we did, we probably would have practiced Bowl a bit. But they kind of ran it on us, whatever. We get into game 2. It was a complete and utter shutout. We had them 3 capped on fort the entire time. I think they scored 245 points in total. And then game 3, we went to Bay 5. It started kind of close, and then we just pulled away, started getting triple caps on them and just running it up. But it was a good time. And then we got into game 2. Game 2 was against the SOG OGs, which has like Krampus and some other guys. Krampus used to be a pro player. I'm not sure if he still plays pro. And then they had, it ended up being Team SOG OGs versus Team Egglaf, which also I'm pretty sure has a couple pro players on it, and that Egglaf guy is fucking insane. I played a match against him, he dropped like 70 some kills on us, and I was just like, I don't even know what to do here. Like, this is bad, you know. So that was the finals, and then they were like, hey, we had some weird bracket stuff happen, do you guys want to play for third place? And we were like, yeah, dude, absolutely, because at the moment we were just sitting, you know, somewhere towards the bottom, I'd imagine, just like everybody else that went 1-1. So we got to play another game, but we played against a team that was absolutely on their game, and they just shit stomped us. So it was a really cool experience, though. And there's not really a high like that, you know, like winning a round and even casual competitive play where there's not really much on the line. Like, sure, we could have won $200, you know, $50 each or whatever. Like, and it's cash money. Like, that would have been cool, right?
Yeah,
I wouldn't have
it's
complained.
prize.
But it's not like, you know, $10,000 tournament or some crazy high amount or something. You know, it's just a casual, chill time. The incentive is just, or the cash is the incentive to get people to play, essentially. So it was awesome, though. Like, winning around, your team's like communicating well, everybody's yapping, going back and forth, feeding off each other, everything's working exactly how it should, and you win that game. Like, that's a high. And I've never had more fun playing arena and winning a match. Even losing, we were having a great time because, like, the teamwork, you know, you just expect more from it when it's competitive play, and you start firing a little smoother, and you know how your teammates are going to move and how they're going to work, so you know what to do against that or into that, and it's just like a really enjoyable time. So if you're ever considering competitive play, check out SOG, check out Sherpa Hub. We do tournaments there. They do tournaments in SOG. And then, you know, you have Hunt Premier, but that's more pro league stuff. You can just watch and get affiliated with that kind of thing and just get comfortable with seeing what's out there. But I know there's a Japanese group that does tournaments as well. I can't remember exactly what it's called. But it's pretty easy to find. If you look up EFT Arena Japan, it's very easy to find. And then, so competitive play is out there. It's easy to find. It's fun to run. Give it a shot if it's something you're considering. Put a little team together, hop in SOG, and just keep an eye out for the next tournament. I think Teach was talking about running them every couple months. At first he said like every 2 weeks or something, but I don't think that's really feasible. Pretty sure he kind of slimmed it back and was like, or brought it back and was like maybe once a month, every other month or something like that. So we'll see. But there are going to be tournaments happening. It was a really good turnout. Everybody had a lot of fun, you know, and just get in there and play some competitive arena. Help build that up a little bit too, you know. If the more people that get into these tournaments with SOG, maybe the cash prizes go up. Maybe, you know, we get a lot of extra players. We have real brackets to where if you know, place high, you actually get like, there's some validation to it, you know. So just a quick mention of that. Again, check out the SOG Discord. It's just called the SOG.
I would say that you guys just put that team together. Like, I know you practiced a little bit, but I know
we didn't practice at all. We had one day of practice with 3 of us, and we were like, okay, we can't get the 4th guy on to line up with us, and then we get 3 of us on again. And
Middle had to go to work, and
yeah, it was just got clustered up. You know what I mean? So we only really had one day of practice, and we only put the team together 6 days before.
I know I watched you guys play a little, but
yeah,
just to say that a lot of these teams have, maybe this is a guess, but probably been together for a while. So to finish like 4th place in an 8 bracket, like, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean, top 50%.
Yeah, for just
I'll take it all day.
Putting a team together.
Yeah, like, none of us had any competitive play. We didn't know how it worked. We've never, and that's the other thing too. It's not blasting. It's not organized. This is the route. Right. This is what we do. This is how we execute. It's infinite revive, rotate through checkpoint, capture, hold, capture, hold. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's very weird. Checkpoint as a competitive game mode is awkward, but it was fun. It was really interesting. It was cool to see. It was it was a great time. But yeah, like, we didn't have a lot of time with each other. We didn't get to practice much at all.
And that's basically what I was getting at, is you guys put that team together that fast and still were competitive. So it sounds like anybody else who's actually interested in it, you don't have to be a veteran. Like, get you a team together and just join. And it's not
just ultra
competitive. No. Like, yeah, it's not ultra competitive where, like,
there were some sweats for sure. There were definitely some sweats. Like, you know what I mean?
Always going to be.
When you got pro players coming in the mix on a team, it's going to get sweaty. But for the average,
what I mean by ultra, it's like you can go in as a new player and you're not going to like get shunned by the community because
everyone is so welcoming, man. We got absolutely shit on 2 games in a row, and it was still just like, oh yeah, GG's guys, great game. You know what I mean? Because there's levels to the shit. I'm a good arena player and I suck comparatively, right? Like there's obviously a difference between the casual good players and the pro players and then the ranked ladder guys. You know what I mean? Like there's levels to it. Absolutely. So don't feel like, oh, well, we're just going to get shit on. Sure, who cares though? You're doing it for fun and it's just a good experience. Go check it out.
Yeah. So if you ever want to look into it, this is probably a great place to start.
Absolutely. Like I said, go to Discord, check out the SOG, and hop in. Keep an eye on the event stuff, and you'll see it. They definitely post plenty about it. You get plenty of notice. They make it very well known that there's a tournament going on. But yeah, that's a little off topic. Let's go ahead and slide back into the stuff we're looking at here on Twitter right now. This was posted just I think 2 days ago, March 19th, so a few days ago. Is this a trailer for season 2 arena, or is this a trailer for upcoming Icebreaker stuff, do you think?
I think Icebreaker, considering it looks like they're inside. Well, maybe that's the bathrooms and factory.
I was kind of
No.
thinking bathrooms factory, but it doesn't have that layout unless it. But that's the thing. We've already seen them use the right layout for factory, so we know they have that layout there. So I don't think that's factory.
Yeah, I don't either. Plus, the lighting doesn't match. Like the
Right.
open hallway there doesn't look correct. Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
I'm
honestly
saying
don't know.
Icebreaker just because we see the frost on dude's breath, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's
it's
struggling a
cold.
little
Got
bit.
that
It's
look.
cold. You got a scav and a PMC. We don't even know what's happening on there yet, so it's one of those wait and see things, I guess. This could also just be Rizzy stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Maybe this is
absolutely.
Rizzy here making his way through. Maybe
Yep.
that's how they introduce Icebreakers with the new chapter of Rizzy.
Yeah, that
They
could
are
go
making
together very
headway
well.
in one way or another, so we'll see. We'll see. But I thought that was a pretty cool image. Thought that was a fun screenshot. There's another little video they posted here. If it loads. It's short. Big dog's firing the AK. He's got the tri-zip on. He's got the Tor 2 helmet on. And then he's just shooting some shots, right? Like, nothing crazy, but pretty cool little clip. But I do want to point out what I've noticed on this is, A, it's cold. You can see the frost coming off dude's breath, right? You can see the smoke rolling off the gun. But this kind of has that same layout as what we were just seeing in the previous image.
Yep.
Has that same look on the walls and things like that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
This could be part of the trailer where it all comes together. Maybe this is how we are introduced to Icebreaker. Again, we don't really know exactly what's going on there, so it's one of those wait and see type scenarios. Oh, this is cool. This is really cool. I don't know how many of you guys actually use pistols in Tarkov, okay? I don't think it's probably a very common thing. I love running pistols, especially things that have solid ammo types that are actually able to kill players in a shot or two. You know what I mean? Like the 5.7, the Shrimp. Those are two of my favorite pistols just because they are like pretty deadly, right? But this is the Heckler & Koch MK23 pistol, and this is a really, really sick gun. It takes 45 ACP AP, if I remember correctly. But yeah, dude, that's a sick little pistol. I'm excited for that one.
No, this is the 45 HK.
That's what I said.
Or
it takes 45 ACP AP.
I thought you said it was the MK23.
Oh, the MK23. It is, isn't it?
No, I don't think so. It doesn't look like the MK23.
No?
I think this is let me look at an MK23.
I don't know. That's pretty similar.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I was thinking. Well, let's see. Does it say It does say HK. Okay, HK 45. Okay, maybe it is. Maybe it is.
45 ACP AP. It's got the same slide rack. It's got like the Glock handguard look to it on the back end. I can't see the handguard. Based off of what I can see, I'm gonna say yeah.
I thought this was the
Oh
USP.
wait, this guy posted a image of it too. I wish we could see more. It is a Heckler & Koch, and Heckler I don't think makes the MP.
Yeah, it does make the MP23, but I think this is the USP.
This says
that's
45
already in the
auto.
game.
This says 45 auto on the side of it.
Yeah, I think it's the USP that's already in the game.
Heckler & Koch makes the USP?
I thought so. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the HK USP that's already in the game. Oh, okay. I see the HKM23 on the comments there. The guy was asking if you're ever planning on bringing the MK23.
Is
Is the
that the same
HKM23 planned?
pistol?
Yeah,
Where's
I think
that?
it's just
Oh, there's the guy that says it. Yeah,
yeah. I think this is just the USP that's in the game.
maybe. That's the thing with Heckler and Koch, though. These pistols look very similar either way.
Actually, does the USP come in 45 variant?
I don't remember. I don't really
It
use the
does. It
USP
does.
very often.
It does because it's in the game as a 45. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's I think it's the USP that's in the game. I'm pretty sure.
It
It
might
looks
be
exactly
because
like it.
Nikita has gone through and posted some pictures of already existing guns in here. I wouldn't be surprised if this is. I was kind of hoping it was the HK23, but either way, I'm good with it. So less
Yeah,
important then. It's not a new
could be
gun.
either or.
Oh yeah, HKMK23 planned? Question mark. I see. I give up Petra 12. Okay, whatever, guy. But yeah, so Nikita's posted a few things like that too, though. There was the MPX that he posted, right? There were a handful of other things that got posted.
Yeah, he posted the MPX. He posted a lever action, which was kind of older. But then this week he's posted
Now,
quite a
the
few
next
new guns.
one, yeah, the next one we're about to show is for sure
Is
what
new.
I think it is, and it is new.
Yeah, brand new.
This is the Heckler and Koch, or it's the G3. This is not Heckler and Koch.
Yeah, HKG3.
Or it is Heckler. Yeah. It's HK.
Yeah, HKG3.
G3. This is exciting. This is a cool gun. I'm ready for this. You can put some really cool furniture on this too. They look not very moddable, but they take a lot of really cool parts. If they add the handguard buttstock options that we should have with it, pretty cool, pretty sick little
Yeah.
gun. I'm looking forward to it. And then
New
of course you
smaller
got people like,
308
hey,
gun.
don't forget about the FAMAS, and I'm
Right.
genuinely hoping the FAMAS comes soon, dude. I've wanted the FAMAS for so long. That was just like one of my favorite guns back in the old COD days.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, dude.
FAMAS even in DayZ, like for close quarter fights, I love the FAMAS.
It just shreds. It's a cool
the
gun. It
G3,
looks
dude,
interesting. It loads fun. Like it's a bullpup. I like it.
that's basically an extended MP5 that runs 308. Is kind of
It
what
is.
it is.
It
So
essentially is. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, I mean a solid ergo focused 308 rifle is going to be cool. And it's Heckler and Koch, so like durability and stuff, like if you go off of realistic stats and standards, Heckler and Koch hold up. Like that's a solid gun build. That they don't fuck around.
If you look in the comments about 10 comments down, someone called the Trials and Tribulations posted a picture of their modified HK3 and just shows you what they can actually look like, and it's awesome. It's completely pimped out. Got
we find it real quick.
Pretty much, I would say anything that you could put on it, they have on it. Yeah,
Let
right
me make
there.
my baby.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. This is exactly what I was talking about, dude. You can go nuts on these things. Again, I think this is accurate. I don't think you can change the magazine out without changing the mag well, which cannot be changed. It's part of the upper. So I think that part will never change. You might get a higher capacity magazine for it, maybe, but pistol grip, butt stock, handguard, muzzle device, rail on top. Like you can do a lot with these things. And pistol just look how slick this looks. This is cool as hell.
Cannot be changed. It's the lower is all one piece, just like the MP5. So you can't, you can put stuff on it, but you can't switch it out.
They had the way they had this one designed for in game looked like you could swap it out.
But the one that the dude has a picture of.
That's what I was looking at too. Yeah, it shows it non-swappable.
Yeah, it's a newer version, which the newer version just looks different. It looks, but you can always see like that MP5 look where
you
it's
absolutely can. They use the same fucking pistol.
The same red trigger selector on the side.
The lower is probably exactly the same, outside of like a couple like key specific pieces. But yeah, this thing's sick, dude. This is gnarly. Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Like you pointed out, showing the FAMAS, and this just opens up the family of guns that this could bring in. All these HK guns. Yeah, there's a big family that,
which also means
come along with it.
Yeah, they've gotten approval to work with HK and use their guns in game. So
which they already had a bunch of HK guns.
That's true, they did.
Yeah.
but there's still a huge lineup of HK guns that could be coming out. So I'll have to wait
Exactly.
and
A
see on
bunch
that
of
one and see what
guns
ends
that
up
people have
happening
been
in
asking
total.
for.
Yeah. But that's exciting. That's a fun gun coming. And the one they have designed here, it looks like the pistol grip swappable. It may not be in game. I wouldn't get your hopes up. Pretty cool
Oh,
deal
I
though.
didn't look
This
at
is
that.
definitely an older version.
Yeah,
Definitely an
it
older
is.
version. It's got the older selector switch. It's got, the potentially swappable pistol
Okay,
grip.
it does not have the that's definitely like Gen 1.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's older.
But
And then
you know how Tarkov does, they might put several gens. They might put a
that's
Gen 1, a
also
Gen
true.
2.
Yeah. That's very true. So the next thing is we assume this is going to be season 2 stuff, right? Battle Pass things. We're finally getting a look at the tracksuits in different variations. We have the camouflage, different patterns. There's the potential white top, black pants. There's the red one. And if all that's in season 2 Battle Pass, dude, that's hype. That's exciting. These tracksuits are sick, right? Like I'm all for it.
I think they will be. I think one will be the end of the battle pass, and the other will be the end of the
Tactical map.
tactical map. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that some of the basic set color ones, like the red one, the black and white one, you know what I mean? I hope those are just kind of mixed into the battle pass. So
Probably. Yeah.
because like they don't look
Makes
anywhere
sense.
near as cool as the camouflage ones in my opinion, but they're still pretty cool.
Right.
So yeah, I'm excited to see
Well,
these. I'm definitely looking forward to these.
The tracksuit alone, just to get it, you used to have to kill Killa 100 times.
100
And you know
times,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, so
You only
if
get
there's
one
another
variant of
way
it
to
then.
obtain it now, then
Right.
yeah, that's just any variant is great.
Yeah, and one
And
of them
look at
has a
the hat.
smartwatch on and a couple bracelets. One of them's rocking like just some random stuff on their hands. No tattoos though. No tattoos,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Is that a gray version of the
bomber
hat
beanie.
there? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is it a gray version or is it just a
Just the
lighting
lighting.
situation? Yeah.
Yeah.
I do also want to point out, I don't know how many of you guys OGs know the song. But that car is from the Killada video with Pestily and John B.
Oh
They
yeah.
take a shitty little Australian car and it's painted
Yeah.
black with the Killa stripes down the front. It's got
It
Pestily
was
in the
a
front, like
Lada.
coming Collada, yeah. It's like da 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 da
Made a
da
Killa
da. Yeah, dude,
Lada. I think it was a Lada.
it's honestly, yeah, it's like kind of a bop, not gonna lie, dude. But it is cool. It's funny to watch. It is. Go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Just look up John B. Pestily, Killada. Look it up on the interwebs. It's there. It's hilarious. Give it a watch. It'll refresh your
Yeah.
love for Tarkov and music.
It's a post-Soviet era car, and it's made by a company called Lada Niva or Lada.
Interesting.
Oh no, Lada LADA is the company, and then there's different versions. The Aniva
Oh, okay. So the
2105.
Killada is just a play on words for the name of the car,
Yeah,
as well
Killa.
as
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
as well as Killa. Yeah, that's sick. So the last thing that I have for this week to go over is this brand new Nikileak we got. Are you ready to give that a watch?
Didn't we have one more gun, like new furniture for the AKs?
Did we?
At least I thought there was. Yeah. Shows like an AK-12 with like new furniture.
Oh yeah,
least-
it's not necessarily like brand new stuff, but this is stuff that's in the game currently that with the new AK-12 builds. So with the AK-12, you can get a muzzle device adapter. It's like BRT or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it's
Yeah, it
called.
allows you to put other suppressors.
Yeah, so you can run the AK-12 with the CNC Warrior and go with any of the 5.56 suppressors. You can run any of the 7 or 5.45 suppressors. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun. And then on top of that, we got handguard variants, and I think there's 4, 5 something. There's a few new options for it. Really cool. You can build the AK-12 out now in a way that is absurdly good. What
about that butt stock?
Yeah, so this isn't best in slot right now. It was at one point. But the SIG CTS is currently best ergo to recoil ratio stock in the game at the moment. But this thing's cool. This is an MOE. It's a Magpul UCS, and then it has that cheek riser. You can either have that on or off. It does add a decent amount of ergo to it. It's solid stock, like all around solid stock. I was using the hell out of it. I still use it on my MCX builds and things like that every now and then. I do like it on the AK-12. I think the AK Evo might take the cake over it, but the CTS should be the best in slot.
Well,
But the main focus
There's
here
so
is
many button options for the
yeah,
AK.
yeah,
That's the thing.
there are. But yeah, the main
But yeah,
focus here is that the AK-12 that we could never really do anything to can be like swagged out entirely. It's sick. I love
I
it.
knew they brought new stuff, but I didn't realize that handguard was already in the game.
Yeah, the handguards are here.
Okay.
There's 4 or 5 variants for them that you can put on it, I think, in total.
Like,
So
yeah, I
it's pretty
knew with
cool.
this wipe,
There's even some
I
new
knew it added
magazines
a
and
bunch of
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that specific
And then
handguard.
don't forget, we still have more ergo balancing or part balancing coming. So the build styles are going to change yet again. I'm excited for it. I've been enjoying all the new part stuff. I barely run suppressed anymore. Everything's loud. Loud is like just substantially better as it should be when it comes to ergo versus recoil.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah, it makes
AK-12
sense.
having all these options, I've got like 7 different builds for the AK-12. I haven't even been saving them for test drive 3 or 4 or whatever it is, just because I'm having so much fun just using the AK-12 because it's like a viable gun now. It's not limited. It doesn't feel like, oh, I put the AK-12 suppressor on it and then I put the Valde on it and now I have a test
Yeah.
drive 3 gun. It's like, no, I have a gun that I can use anywhere, anytime for whatever I want to do. This thing's sick. It's
And
a lot of fun.
I think that's Tarkov's future, is allowing more builds to be used for anything. Like, instead of like
Yeah.
making it where there's so many quests that require the same thing, it's like make it to where you can just use whatever you want. Not
Right.
whatever, but bring it down to a
Make
specific
everything
class.
viable. Right. The
Yeah, bring it down
gun
to a specific class instead of specific gun build.
Right. The base gun should be what decides the majority of the statistics for the gun. If it has crazy recoil, there's not going to be a lot we can do even with parts. Like, sure, we can build it down, but like, I think base gun stats should matter most. And then the parts we put on are just cosmetic flair, essentially. Not necessarily cosmetic. Obviously, we want reductions in them. We want them to help. If I put a foregrip on, I expect to be able to have better recoil control. Sure, but I don't want to see such large gaps in what's best versus what's not best. So I want it to be more focused on like, oh, well, I like the way this build looks, not necessarily
Right.
I'm running it because it's more viable than the other, is what I'm trying
and I
to
think
say.
we know that's the direction they're going.
That's
Like,
exactly where they're going. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the direction they're going. And also, unfortunately, there's always going to be a meta because you always have people who
There will
max
be
out
best in slot.
everything.
I can't help it, dude.
Yeah.
I go for
There's
I go
always
for
going to be
biz.
guys who they find the best of the best, and that's all they run, and then people start copying them, and that just becomes the norm. But
Right. I will
having
say
it to where you can find something in raid and you can just put a couple parts on it, and it's now a lot more viable than it used to be, is a
Sure.
plus, no matter what.
Yeah. I will go ahead and say that I have been less focused on what's the best and just putting on parts that I like the look of. And I like,
Right.
obviously I'm still stat whoring a little bit. I want a good
Yeah, yeah.
build, but I'm keeping it like a tier or 2 below so I can run just
Right.
about any part I want.
You're not as concerned as you
yeah.
used to be with, and that's what they said they were going for with the changes they made. They
Yeah,
specifically
just trying to
said,
make things less meta, bring everything
Yeah.
closer in range with each other. Which
right,
is good.
and there's
That's what
so
they
much
should do.
shit that just never gets used, that it makes sense on a development side to where, why put in 50 new attachments when you have 30
They
ones
use
that
2.
just sit there and never get used? It's like,
You know what
you
foregrip
think
I've been
about it.
using the most lately? Take a guess.
What?
Take a guess.
I have no
Random
idea.
guess.
There's
Random shot
so
in the
many,
dark.
dude. There's
Just
so
take a
many.
shot in the dark.
The RK1.
Dude, that was a good guess. That was a really RK4.
Okay.
It's cheaper than the RK5 stat wise. They're the same thing, but the RK4. That I didn't expect you to say RK. I was like, oh shit, he might get it. But yeah, dude, like I never ran the RK4. I would never run it. There's no reason to. It was always bad. But now it's
Well-
viable. You know what I mean? Like it's usable. It's good.
And you almost have to do that because, like I said, imagine you're Tarkov and you put in 5 new attachments, but 3 of them are awful.
Right.
No one's going to run them. So it's like, why put them
Why
in the
even
game?
add them in the game? Yeah.
And then you have the companies that are allowing Tarkov to put their things in the game. They don't want their shit to be awful. They don't
Right.
because that gives their stuff a bad rap. You know what I mean? And people actually believe it when they see it. They're like, "Oh, that shit sucks." Like I seen it in Tarkov. It was
Right,
awful. I
right.
wouldn't buy that in real life. So it's like you have
Yeah,
to
people
know
equate
there's
things
probably
a little too much in that, in my opinion. But
well,
yeah,
there's probably some
it's
pressure by the manufacturers. Like, listen, if you're going to use
make
our
it
shit,
decent. Yeah.
yeah, you got to make it where it's viable, where it's actually usable. So I assume that that's eventually just going to be the norm, where almost everything is usable. And if there is a difference, it's not near as much as it used to be.
Yeah, and I think that's what's going to happen. That's exactly what they're
Yeah,
swinging for, you know,
it
and
makes sense.
that's the right call. It is. It's the right way to
Makes
go
sense
about
from
it,
Tarkov's side, makes
dude.
sense from
And
the dev
like you
side,
said,
makes
it
sense
just
from the company
manufacturers
side,
and
like,
everything else. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And it just makes sense. It does. It makes less sense to have parts that are just never used, non-touchable. Do not touch that thing no matter what. It's the worst of the worst. To bringing stuff to where it's like, I found it in raid. I've got this random gun on. I'm out of ammo. I can run this. I can put this on. I can do this. I can do this. And all those parts don't like have super negatives to them. They don't, you know, slow your ADS speeds down. They're not completely ruining your ergo and this, that, and the other. Like it just makes sense. It's the way to go about it.
yeah. Well, I always thought about that. I was always like, man, I wonder what these manufacturers think if they play Tarkov and they see that their parts are the worst in the game, and then no one wants to use
Right.
them. It's like, you know,
That
that puts
definitely
a
hurts sales.
like, yeah, it definitely puts a tint on the way people look at it. Like, you're
Well,
like, okay, I don't want to use that because it's bad in Tarkov though.
and the reverse side of that is I have seen people using the SE5 foregrip purely because of Tarkov on their real
Oh
life
yeah,
builds. And
yeah, it's a
personally,
big influence.
it's a really cool handguard. It looks awesome. Or foregrip. It looks awesome. But I don't like the style of it. I don't like the layout of it. You know what I mean? I like the MOE DD lock or whatever it's called. Just that regular ass foregrip. It's just cool. You know what I mean? Like, and it works really
Yeah,
well. And the purpose of a foregrip is so that you can hold, you know, and pull down as your gun rises or whatever you need.
yeah.
They're
The
not like
majority of them
some crazy stat
are,
modders.
yeah, majority of them are going to have the same effect. Now, I do get from a price perspective, like if companies are pricing out certain parts that are very cheap compared to parts that are expensive, then I get it. Then it's like, okay, yes,
Right.
the game has to differentiate them somehow, but making some like that give 0 recoil and like 5 ergo, it like makes no sense. It's going to
Unrealistic.
help with
Yeah.
recoil regardless because you have something to hold
Right.
on to.
You have something
So,
that's giving you an advantage.
yeah. But like we both said, that's definitely the direction they're going, and it's just
Right. It's good.
it's really it's inevitable. That's the direction it has to go because it just
Absolutely.
gets to a point where you got to make everything usable.
Yeah. Well said. For the longevity of the game, you got to make things more
Yeah,
usable. Hmm.
exactly.
All right,
And
let's
just
hop into
mix up the
this.
meta. Bring
Yeah,
new
yeah,
shit without
which is
actually
great.
bringing new shit. Yeah.
Yeah, give players new options of things that were already sitting there.
Yep.
Let's get into the Nikileak, and that should be about it.
Yep. That's
So
it.
we start off this week with a bare PMC typing on a computer. If this is anything like previous iterations of these little shitty computer setups that they
Yeah.
do,
We
we're
know what's
probably
happening.
seeing a major patch with like a lot of bug fixes, a lot of nonsense. That computer's probably going to explode, and it should be a good time. We'll see for
Yeah.
sure in the future. I'm sure it's coming soon, but
He'll
get
probably
ready
be
for
sitting
like
in the
some
middle of
antics.
nowhere in a
Yeah.
building, like all alone.
Yeah. It's always some goofy stuff, dude. It's so good
Yeah.
though. I'm not sure what this was at all.
I'm not sure
I
what that
do
is either.
understand that they're showing, you know, whatever the I just lost all train of thought. The tracksuit. They're showing the tracksuit here. I don't know why they have these animations happening. They're funny, they're goofy. This guy does have neck tattoos and forearm tattoos and some other stuff going on. So maybe these do have tattoos involved. We just couldn't see them in the previous picture.
I think they're going to
Uh
make tattoos separate. I think your
I
character is
think
going to
that
be
would
able to
be
get
pretty cool.
tattoos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
I
that
think
would be
that's the
pretty sick.
direction it's going to go.
Here we
'Cause
have
it makes
the
sense. You shouldn't be able to wear a shirt and have no tattoo, switch your shirt, and you all of a sudden have a tattoo.
right. It doesn't make sense. Here we have a look at the G28. I'm not really sure. I don't see any new parts on it
Yeah, I was
at
looking at I'm not
all.
seeing.
That's the Gazelle. That is DMOE SLK, I think, which is a newer deal. That handguard? No, I don't think it's new. It might be. I'm
Yeah, I
not
think
sure. I can't
that's
see it very
normal.
well. It looks normal, yeah.
Unless
Yeah,
the
nothing
scope is
crazy
that.
there.
What scope is that?
Voodoo.
You sure?
No. No, it's not. It doesn't have the
Because it's
rail,
got
does it?
writing. Yeah, it's got writing all around in 2 different spots.
I'm not
Might
sure
be a
on
new
that scope,
scope.
actually. It might be a new scope.
It
And then we
does
have
look
a
very voodoo-ish.
it does look voodoo-ish. It just doesn't have that top knob that
Yeah,
you
yeah, it's
rotate your
different.
scope zoom. Yeah. Now we have a scav fucking around with a PMC AK, it looks like. Shotgun, maybe? Anything live
Yeah.
action, again. Oh, wait, you know what? This is from that screenshot they took. This isn't the
Oh
exact
yeah,
area,
yeah,
but this
yeah.
is the
Yep.
same area. This is the
Yeah,
same
this is
area,
the
without a doubt.
scav that was peeking around the corner with the
Yeah,
PMC behind
blue
him.
jacket, the Yushanka
Yeah.
hat, white balaclava, everything's the same.
I almost think you're right. I think this might be Rizzy related. I think this
Yeah, I
might
think
be
so.
Rizzy and event all like into one.
All right, now this is cool. This shows Icebreaker. This also shows a movable part of a hatch that we're going to be opening and potentially dropping into. It makes me wonder, are we going... Maybe they're just positioning it. I could be wrong, but it seems to me like they're setting it up for animation, or at least for, you know,
I think
something.
that's going to be a movable object. I think that's something we're going to have
Is
to
this
do
how
to
we get
into.
in? Yeah, and like start the actual Icebreaker event?
It seems like it.
Which would be cool. I'm excited for that. This looks awesome too, by the way. You can see the snow on it, everything. It's all spread out. It looks good. It looks good.
I think Icebreaker is going to have a lot of like little things
Secrets
like
and
this,
puzzles
like
and
open,
little
like
hidden...
like openable doors. Because we've seen, if you remember, we've seen hints like at these big doors that you can open before.
Right.
And quite a while ago, and we were always thinking that it kind of looks like a ship. So
Yeah, hey, you know what? That might be exactly what's going on for that. That's a good point.
Yeah,
I
I think
didn't
it's
even
going
really
to be
think about
a common occurrence on
that. Yeah.
Icebreaker.
We got PMCs doing, or APMC doing rock, paper, scissors. Here is the most exciting part of the whole damn thing.
Yeah, this is a big thing.
Yeah, we've talked about it. They've yapped about it. They've brought it up several times. They've mentioned the potential of doing it, and now we're seeing it happening in render.
Well, the biggest thing about this is Nikita has said before that he did not think this was possible, that he did not think that we were going to be able to have this because it was very hard to implement in the engine they have. So the fact that they are doing it and they've almost got it done, it looks.
Yeah, I mean,
that's big.
You're seeing two modeled hands. I mean, to the point he's wearing a glove, actually loading rounds into the magazine. It's not like some clipped up, chopped up thing. Like if we watch this in full, homie's just loading the magazine. That's sick. That is so cool. Now, I do have questions
still. Yeah, I was gonna say, here's the big question: are we gonna be able to do this and still move around, or are we stuck in this animation where we just have to sit?
Even if we're stationary, that's better than being in our inventory. Like if we can still look around and just view stuff, perfect. I'm okay with that. It's not ideal, but I can manage it. What I was wondering though is, it's redundant. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that is a good question. I am curious. Are we actually going to be able to like move around even at a slow snail walk? You know, are we going to have to crab walk while we reload, or are we stationary?
Like you said, though, the biggest thing is we do not have to sit in our inventory to load.
Right, we have visibility. We don't just have to rely on our ears, which can lie to us sometimes because Tarkov audio still isn't that great, and we still have some sound portal issues. But if we have visuals and we can actually see what's going on around us and just swivel around, dude, that's massive. Absolutely massive.
And it's like, it's always been a disadvantage in Tarkov compared to other games. And I will, give props where it's due. Other copycats did come out with this feature implemented from the start. So people that played it were like, wait a minute, why don't Tarkov have this? And that put pressure on them to add it. So not mentioning any names, but I'm kind of glad they did it because now we have it.
The one time you'll hear me say something good about it is right here. Thank you. That's it.
It's not real props, but it's a recognition that at least you gave us the idea to steal from you for once.
Yeah, that's usually not how it goes. Yeah, usually the other way around. But yeah, this looks sick. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to have reload animations. Here's that same look at the screenshot we got earlier. Here's a quick little video about it. He's just kind of looking down, ADSing on things.
Does that mean we're getting like cameras where we can like shoot movies?
We might be able to make movies.
Damn.
That would be funny though if they let us run around with like a press vest and a video camera. So I can already tell you what this is. This is from the gate playtest. This is below B when you cut through A to C on the bottom half, right before you go up the stairwell there. That's where these containers or these shelves and things are set up at. This is exactly where it's at. I already recognize it. Gate playtest as of last night is still going on. If you haven't went and checked it out yet, there's a whole task line, or not task line, there's a quest for it. You get some GP coins, decent bit of XP, decent bit of money, you know what I mean? Like it's a reasonable quest. It's pretty easy. Get some kills and win a match. But the map is not great. It's pretty not okay. There are a lot of issues. It definitely needs to be addressed and adjusted. I've made my complaints. I've aired them out on the arena side of things. I'm not going to do that here. Lanes are a little fucky. Some of the cut throughs are a little bit weird, like pushing from C spawn to B is extremely easy, while A spawn to B is like a nightmare for some reason. I do not understand why. I kind of understand why, because B can spawn, or C side can spawn slightly closer to B than the A side spawn does. We always spawn in our spawn room, where I'm pretty sure C side can spawn like on the high end on the right of C camp, so they can push straight through the high side first. Again, I'm not going to air out everything. There are quite a few small complaints about it. Some of the lanes, some of the angles, some of the spots, some of the holds are just a little awkward, but I think that's why they brought the playtest out. And I think that's, they're getting the feedback that they need. So
That's why they're
hopefully
working on it. Probably going to get changed.
Full release of Gate happens, we'll see a better version of it. Is the map playable? Absolutely. Is it that bad? No, it's completely viable. It has issues, though. They have to address some of those issues to make it a good map.
And if this becomes the norm, where we get to play test all future maps, that's great. Like, if that's what they start doing now from here on out, perfect.
Here's a look at probably Icebreaker again from interior, I would assume.
Yeah, are those like whales?
Yeah, it looks like whales, fish of some sort, something that they're just putting out there, just for.
Yeah, it's weird that it moves.
Added stuff. Well, I don't think it actually moves. I think they're just positioning it. If I had to guess.
Are you sure? Because it looks like it has. Okay, yeah, maybe they are positioning. I thought they had it set up where it has actual like contact points.
See the little circle there with the
yeah.
Deal? It does have contact points, absolutely does, but it's hanging in the air.
Yeah. Who knows? It might move if this is the Icebreaker.
I mean,
and
yeah, it could have some sway to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, although I doubt Icebreaker is going to be actually floating, it's probably going to be up on the
docked
land,
on something. Yeah.
Unless it's still sitting in the water, just at a docks, and then it does have some sway.
If that is going to be like that would be insane.
A gameplay element where we have like
you got to deal with left or right swaying and shit. Yeah,
this weird force is like pushing you backwards and forwards. Like
you just start randomly sliding across the floor because it's pointed upwards. Like
you have this Tagila like boss that comes in like with a fucking machete chasing you, and you can't run because
he's sliding everywhere. You're sliding everywhere. It's a clusterfuck. You're on ice skates. Yeah, dude, that would be awesome. Goofy. That would be, if a game could get that kind of realism into it, that would be insane. Like we're actually on a ship. I think Call of Duty attempted something like that, right?
Yeah,
with some of the ship gameplay, where you know when the ship's going, like the front of the ship is pointed up, and you're trying to traverse up the ship. It's like you're actually walking slower, or you're sliding back down. You have to hold position.
And
yeah,
it had a bunch of objects that would slide with it, and if you got caught in between them, it would kill you.
That's right, like shipping containers and stuff.
Like, like basically loaded with all these things, and they would just start sliding and like shipping containers and shit.
And then we have whatever this is. I assume more footage for the whole setup of whatever the trailer is going to be, or the Rizzy stuff that we're getting, whatever it is. But he's clearly just keeping an eye out on things. Something's happened. He's looking around. So
he's getting tactical.
Not a lot of context clues there. Not too sure what's happening. You know what? On second thought, this right here might also be part of that same trailer.
It could be, but it could also be the other thing that you said, like where it shows like the shit they've been working on and like how hard they've been working.
More realistic, I think.
It could be both. You know what I mean? They could use it for both. I could see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode of Talking Tarkov, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Just don't forget to click that bell icon so you never miss an upload. We'll catch you next week. See ya.